It's not your child's intelligence or your teaching ability that's causing your child to struggle in physics. Traditional methods can sabotage your progress. I'm going to share with you the systematic approach that will turn struggling students into confident problem solvers. Hi, I'm Robin. I'm a physics teacher with 35 years of experience, and I want to share with you some strategies and things I've learned along the way. First of all, physics is unlike any other subject your child has probably ever faced. There's a lot of things that are different about a physics course that they don't find in any other course that's taught. And we'll start with most courses relying on what I call rote knowledge. In other words, you're given a series of facts, you memorize the facts, you pass the test. Wonderful. But physics isn't like that. Physics relies on application. And this is where it really differs from almost every other subject they've ever encountered. We take the little bit of knowledge that you're using, you combine that with all of the other math skills and other information you have into word problems, and then you have to figure out how to apply the given piece of physics knowledge into that specific situation. And it changes from problem to problem to problem. So you have to be aware of how to manipulate it. My guess is that you've already experienced some of this. So in the comments below, let me know what's been your biggest struggle so far. In my experience, the most troubling part that most students have come across is figuring out how to manipulate the math and the science at the same time to make it fit the situation they're currently working in. How can we solve this dilemma? The first thing we need to do is we have to have a plan that's going to work every single time and that's going to allow it to be repeatable. The second thing we need to have is a map that's going to get us from A to B. Now, this may sound similar to having the plan, but let me give you an example. If I want to take a road trip, we're going to drive from my home to, let's say, somewhere out in the Midwest. Well, I pick the two cities I'm working on and I draw a line, right? That's my plan. The map is going to show me which specific routes I'm going to take. Now, in some areas, just having that roadmap is enough. But sometimes you really need to have somebody hold your hand, walk you through the situation, guided practice. And that's where something like our Solution Library membership might be the perfect fit. Hundreds of problems that are already solved with all explanations, and you basically watch as we solve a problem. And that's what you're looking for here, something that's going to allow you to see somebody else solve that problem and be able to mirror it yourself. Because there's a lot of detours that happen between the start and the finish. So it's our job as instructors to help our students find those detours and work around them. So again, it's not about the intelligence level or anything else. It's about how we practice. A piano teacher I once had said that perfect practice makes perfect. And that's what a guided session can do. Being able to go through it step by step, figuring out what you're doing, seeing how it works, understanding the rationale behind why we do something. Physics doesn't have to be the subject that breaks your child's confidence. The difference between frustration and success is having the right strategy, the right roadmap, and finding a way that you can tackle any problem along the way. One of the best ways that you can do this is to practice your problem-solving ability with everyday objects and everyday situations. I'm going to show you how to do that in the video that's in this part of your screen.